Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Glad to be here.
Today we're going to be tackling a topic that I think is pretty universally interesting to everyone.
Yeah.
Happiness. What is it? Where does it come from? And how can we get more of it?
Well, those are definitely questions that I think people have been asking for as long as humans have been around.
Yeah, for sure.
And what's interesting is that now more than ever, we're actually starting to get some scientific answers to these questions.
Okay, so that's what we're going to deep dive into today, the science of happiness.
That's right.
Awesome. So where do we even begin with something like that?
Oh, we can actually start with your brain.
Really?
Yeah. Believe it or not, there are specific chemicals in your brain that play a key role in how happy you feel.
So you're telling me that happiness is literally chemical. It's not just like a state of mind. It's an actual thing in our brains.
Exactly. These chemicals called neurotransmitters act like messengers. They zip around your brain and influence your mood, emotions, and even behaviors.
Wow. Okay. So it's not just me being dramatic when I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm high on life.
Right.
There could actually be like a chemical high happening.
There really could be.
Whoa.
Each of these chemicals, we call them happiness chemicals, has a specific role to play in the happiness equation.
Okay.
Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins.
So like 4 main players in the happiness game.
Yeah, you could think of it that way.
Okay, so break it down for us.
Okay, let's start with dopamine.
Okay.
Dopamine is often called the reward chemical
Mm-hmm.
because it gets released when you achieve a goal or experience something pleasurable.
Oh, so that's why I feel so good to like check things off my to-do list.
Exactly.
I'm getting a dopamine rush.
You got it. And it doesn't have to be big accomplishments either.
Oh, really?
Even small wins, like finishing a task or learning something new, can trigger dopamine release and give you that feeling of satisfaction.
So it's like those little wins throughout the day
Yeah.
can give us those little dopamine hits.
Exactly.
Okay. I like it.
So dopamine's kind of the motivator, the go-getter chemical.
Got it.
Now serotonin is more about a sense of calm and contentment,
Okay.
that feeling of inner peace, stability, well-being, like when you're just relaxed and at ease with yourself and the world around you.
Okay. So dopamine's like the motivator, get things done.
Yeah.
Serotonin's like the chill, everything is good vibe.
That's a great way to put it.
All right, what about these other two?
Okay, so oxytocin is often called the love hormone or the cuddle chemical.
Okay.
And it's all about social bonding, trust, and intimacy.
So like when I'm hanging out with my friends or my family and we're just like laughing and having a good time,
Yeah.
feeling that like warm, fuzzy feeling,
Exactly.
that's oxytocin.
That's oxytocin at work.
I knew there was a reason I'm such a hugger.
Me too. And it's not just physical touch, like hugs and hand-holding that releases oxytocin.
Oh, really?
Acts of kindness, generosity, even eye contact
Interesting.
can all trigger oxytocin release.
So many ways to get that oxytocin boost.
Right.
Okay, and then the last one, endorphins.
Endorphins, those are your body's natural painkillers and mood boosters.
Yeah, I know those are connected to exercise, right?
Yes. That runner's high is a classic example of endorphins in action.
Okay.
But you can also get endorphin release when you experience pain,
Interesting.
laughter,
Okay.
even from eating certain foods like dark chocolate.
Wait, so my chocolate cravings are actually just me needing endorphins.
Well, maybe not needing, but it is true that dark chocolate can trigger endorphin release.
Okay, good to know I can justify that.
Everything in moderation, of course.
Of course.
But it just goes to show that these chemicals are constantly at play, influencing our moods and our behaviors in all sorts of interesting ways.
This is so cool. So now I'm thinking, if we know what these chemicals do, can we like control them? Can we hack our own happiness by boosting them?
That is a great question, and the good news is yes. There are things we can do to naturally increase our happiness chemicals.
Okay, so give me the recipe. What can we do?
Well, we'll dive into all that after a quick break.
Sounds good. We'll be right back.
Okay, so let's get back to that recipe for happiness we were talking about.
Yeah, let's dive into it.
All right, so we were talking about dopamine.
Right.
And remember, it's all about rewards and achievements. So one of the best ways to boost dopamine is to set small, achievable goals for yourself and celebrate those wins.
Small, achievable goals.
Yeah, like break down those big, daunting tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks and give yourself a pat on the back for each step you take.
Okay, so it's like Giving ourselves those little dopamine hits throughout the day instead of waiting for that one big thing.
Exactly. It's about creating a sense of momentum and progress. And don't forget the power of anticipation.
No, anticipation.
Yes, like looking forward to something enjoyable can actually be just as rewarding as the experience itself.
Yeah, that's true.
So plan that vacation, book that concert, or just like schedule something fun into your week to look forward to.
I like that.
It really does help.
Okay, so dopamine, set those small goals, celebrate your wins. All right, what about serotonin?
Yeah.
How do we cultivate that chill, peaceful vibe?
Well, one really powerful way to boost serotonin is to spend time in nature.
Get outside.
Yeah, even just a short walk in the park or a few moments gazing at the clouds can have a profound effect on your mood.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that.
Right. Something about being outdoors just makes everything feel a little bit lighter.
For sure.
And it's not just a feeling, it's backed by science. Studies have actually shown that exposure to natural light and green spaces can increase serotonin levels.
Oh, wow.
And while you're out there, try practicing gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah, like take a few moments to appreciate the beauty around you, the simple things that bring you joy.
So nature and gratitude are key for serotonin.
Two big ones for sure.
What else can we do?
Meditation is another fantastic tool for cultivating inner peace.
Oh, meditation.
Yeah, it helps calm the mind, reduce stress, and increase feelings of well-being.
I've always wanted to get into meditation, but I feel like it's kind of intimidating.
I know a lot of people feel that way, but the great thing is you don't need to be a Zen master to reap the benefits.
Oh, really?
Even just a few minutes of mindful breathing can make a difference.
Okay. I might have to give that a try.
I think you should.
Okay, so we got nature, gratitude, meditation.
Yeah, those are all great for boosting serotonin.
Now let's talk about oxytocin, that love hormone.
Okay.
As a hugger, I am ready for this.
So keep those hugs coming.
Yeah.
But also make sure you're making time for those quality connections with loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
Put down the phone, turn off the TV, and really be present with the people you care about.
Yeah, being present is so important these days.
It really is.
It's so easy to get caught up in all the distractions.
Absolutely. And when you're with your loved ones, have those meaningful conversations. Share some laughter, engage in activities that you all enjoy together.
So it's about really creating those moments of connection.
Yes. And don't underestimate the power of acts of kindness. Helping others, volunteering, offering a listening ear to someone who needs it, all those things can trigger a surge of oxytocin and leave you feeling great.
I love that.
It's amazing how much helping others can actually help ourselves.
Right. Like it's a win-win.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin.
And last but not least, endorphins.
Endorphins. Besides hitting the gym or treating myself to some dark chocolate.
Yes, in moderation, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
What are some other ways we can get those endorphins flowing?
Laughter. Laughter is truly the best medicine.
Okay. Yeah.
Watch a funny movie, share jokes with friends. Just embrace those moments of silliness and lightheartedness.
I love that.
You know, those endorphins don't discriminate between a strenuous workout and a good belly laugh.
I'll have to remember that.
It's all good.
Okay, so we've covered the brain science,
Mhm.
the chemicals, all the practical tips.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's got to be more to happiness than just like brain chemistry, right?
You're absolutely right.
It's not as simple as just popping a happiness pill.
Definitely not.
So what else is there?
Well, we've got to consider the psychology of happiness.
Okay, the psychology.
Yeah, like the thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors that influence our overall well-being.
Okay, so let's dive into that.
So let's do it.
So we've been talking about all this cool brain science, the chemicals, and how to kind of boost them naturally.
Right.
But I'm thinking about, life happens. There's ups and downs.
Definitely.
How do we deal with those without completely losing our happy vibes?
That's a great point, and it really brings us to the idea of resilience.
Resilience.
Yeah, like how do we bounce back from those tough times?
Okay.
How do we deal with the challenges that life inevitably throws our way?
So it's not about like pretending the hard stuff doesn't exist. It's about knowing how to kind of cope with it.
Exactly. And you know what? One of the most powerful tools we have for building resilience is
It's
gratitude.
Wait, gratitude again. I thought that was more for like serotonin and feeling content.
It is. But it's not just about feeling good in the moment. It's also about shifting your perspective.
Okay, how so?
Well, when you focus on what you're grateful for, even when things are tough,
Yeah.
it helps you reframe those challenges as opportunities for growth.
Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, you're looking for the lessons learned.
Exactly. It's not about denying the negative, but it's about choosing to focus on the positive, even when it's hard.
So gratitude is like a superpower that helps us through those tough times.
I like that.
What about mindfulness? We talked about that a little bit earlier for calming the mind. How does that tie into resilience?
Well, mindfulness is all about being present in the moment without judgment.
Okay.
Just noticing your thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them. And when you practice mindfulness, you start to realize that you are not your thoughts.
Okay.
You're not your emotions. You have the power to choose how you respond to them.
So it's about creating that space.
Yes.
To choose how you react.
Exactly. And that's what resilience is all about.
That makes sense.
Being able to navigate those difficult situations and come out stronger on the other side.
It's not about being happy all the time.
No, not at all.
It's about having the tools to deal with all of it.
Absolutely. And remember, building resilience is a journey.
Yeah.
It's about showing up for yourself, practicing those gratitude and mindfulness skills, and learning from your experiences.
This has been awesome.
It really has.
We've covered so much.
Yeah, from brain chemistry to the psychology of happiness.
To the actual tools that we can use in our everyday lives.
It's all connected.
I feel like I learned so much.
Me too.
So to our listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into happiness.
We hope you enjoyed it.
And remember, happiness is not a destination.
It's a journey.
And we're all in this together.
Right.
If you like this episode, be sure to like and subscribe to Thought Tidbits so you don't miss any of our future deep dives.
And share this one with anyone who you think could use a little boost of happiness.
Until next time.
See ya!